Welcome to Interior Cabin 1287 here on the Carnival Dream. It's the first of the Dream class in Carnival's fleet. The Dream class is actually my second favorite class after the XL, so I enjoyed the ship quite a bit. So this is actually the second cheapest cabin you can get on the ship. If you're looking to save money so that you can cruise more often, a room like this is a good option. A couple benefits of it is, for one thing, it costs less. The only thing that's cheaper is there's the Pullman suites where you have bunk beds or a pull down. I wasn't doing that. So we did splurge for two separate beds because that's something that I need. That's my baseline. But if Pullman or bunk beds work for you, then you can probably save a little bit more money, not a lot. So it's pretty good. Another thing that's nice about an interior cabin is that it can get nice and dark. You don't have a window that you're trying to shut light out of. So that can be a nice thing as well. So let's just take a look around the cabin here. Sure, we'll start with the bathroom. So this is a standard sort of Carnival bathroom of the sort of Dream and Before style. One of the ways that you notice that this is different from some of the Vista class ships, for example, we still have the curtain. I don't like the curtain. I like on some of the ships, some of the former Costa ships, for example, they have the plexiglass that opens. I like that because what happens with this is it can get wet and slimy, and then the ship tilts or there's a little breeze or whatever, and then it sticks to your leg. And now you've got a slimy thing against your leg while you're having a shower. That sucks. So I'm not a fan of the curtain, unfortunately. But hey, what can you do? So we've got the shower here, which is pretty good. Check out that nozzle. That is nice and clean, much cleaner than the hotel we stayed at last night, I dare say. And you get your shampoo and your shower gel included. One of our tips, if you're looking to have better shampoo or shower gel, if you're staying in a hotel the night before and they have those little trial size, portable size, travel size shampoo and conditioner, just stick them in your bag and bring them on the ship, and then you can have maybe slightly nicer stuff. This is a little soap tray for you to put your soap on, which is nice, and it comes with soap. Only the fanciest of soaps. Kind of looks like a urinal cake. Anyways, the soap is fine. It's okay. Nothing too fantastic. There's a garbage down there. One thing that's good to know about the shower here is you get this line here that you can hook in over here, and if you feed that through, say, the pant leg of your swim trunks, or you can put your bikini swimsuit, whatever, over it, and then it can drip dry. So if you hit the pool, the hot tub, an excursion where you're swimming in the ocean or whatever, come back to your cabin. If you only brought one swimsuit, which is what I recommend, I think it's enough, then you can just hang it to dry, which is quite nice. So that's a good option. Also, if you're Platinum or above VIFP, there's free laundry. And we will enjoy that later. We have a video on that, check it out. So that's the shower. You can adjust it here. So you have your temperature control, and then you have your intensity. So it's pretty straightforward. Simple toilet, a little bit like a airplane toilet in the sense that when you press this tiny little button here, it makes a horrific noise and you think that it will suck parts of you out. But it won't, it's just fine, but it does make quite a bit of noise. And so we've got our towels, full-size towels, hand towels, face cloths there, some toilet paper, and under the sink area there's extra toilet paper and tissue, Kleenex, facial tissue, whatever you want to call it. And so there's facial tissue here. And you've got some trays here where you can place, your toothpaste or your shaver or whatever you want. There is an electrical outlet out here. It's a little awkward. So let's take a look at the door. Make sure that latches so it doesn't swing around. So your door here, you got an eye hole so you can see who comes a knocking in case somebody does, but you can also cover that up for maximum darkness if you like sleeping in pitch black like I do. That's pretty good. And it's got the deadbolt here as well. Ship map. The muster station for this particular cabin is B3. So we are currently on deck 1, again, second cheapest cabin because it's on the very bottom of the ship. And then it's B3 is where your muster station is. Make sure you do that muster drill prior to doing pretty much anything else on the ship. You maybe get a snack, then go muster. And that's really important. Ship can't leave until people muster. But the good news is, unlike years ago, it's only like 90 seconds. We'll have a video on our channel. You can see it in real time if you were so inclined. And so we've got some stuff here. We've got some life jackets. You want to make sure that there's always an equal number of life jackets to people in the cabin, equal or more. And this is an interesting, normally the hangers go this way, but this time it's going that way. So one thing that I'll mention is if you are trying to sleep in your cabin and there's a mysterious noise, sounds a little bit like that in the middle of the night, it could be because the hangers are banging against each other with the rocking of the ship. And so one thing we do recommend is putting your clothes there. Even if it's something you wouldn't normally hang, maybe a sweater or t-shirt, we recommend trying to cover up all the hangers so they don't bang against each other making that noise. More hangers here, more standard configuration. So some closet space there, and shelves and a full-length mirror in here. So we have this little corner desk thingy here, table. It's got a safe in it. I've never used the safe, couldn't tell you much about it. It's got instructions on it, I'm sure you can figure it out. And then down here is the fridge. Or is it a fridge? There's a debate. They call it a cooler because it's not cold enough to keep certain medicines cold, for example. So if you do have something that you need to keep cold to a certain degree, talk to your cabin steward. They might be able to hook you up with something else. I'm not even sure because I don't need it. That's good enough to keep a can of soda chilled. That's good enough for me. So you get a couple of bottles of water here. Now keep in mind that they do cost $4.75 each. However, if you are red level and above, you will be entitled to one of those. And I believe you can use the one in your room without being charged. Just make sure you keep an eye on your account to make sure that they don't make a mistake, because mistakes happen. You can also get that free water bottle at any bar on the ship, once you're red level or above. So there's the TV here. It's LG, pretty small. And then there's the standard remote that we've all seen probably in hotels and other cruise ships. Pretty standard. Yeah, so there's that do not disturb sign. It used to have a service please on the other side, but cutbacks. Now you can only snooze, you can't request service that way. And then over here, oh, okay, so this, oh, okay, I'm learning as we go. So this switch here turned on that light there, as well as eventually turning on these two lights here at the mirror. And so you got your fun times, you're good to know. What we got here? Dear guests, welcome aboard, have fun. Memorable vacation, children must be supervised. Keep the noise in the hallways at a minimum. I wonder if they had complaints. That's interesting. All speakers and radios are prohibited and confiscated. Now this is a funny thing where Carnival has waffled back and forth on whether or not you can have a speaker. So it's currently banned. We'll be probably covering this yet again on our podcast. So if you enjoy audio podcasts, check out Vacation Impossible on your podcast platform of choice. We have covered this in the past, but every time they change the rules, we cover it again. And so we're going to be covering this again because they keep going back and forth. And the funny thing is that even when they ban them, they've been for sale in the shops. So I don't know if they're still for sale in the shops during this ban. We will check that out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to see that and other interesting things. Let's see, disruptive behavior is not tolerated. Okay. And no smoking of any kind in undesignated areas. Usual. So, and again, if you're curious about the non-smoking policy, we've got a video that tells you all about how they enforce it. Very useful and interesting, I think. And what do we got here? Dear guest, excited to have you to comply with the Texas Alcohol Beverage Commission regulations. All guests debarking in Galveston with alcoholic beverages and or cigarettes will be taxed. This includes items purchased on board and in ports of call. So much for duty-free, I guess, huh? The TABC tax is additional to whatever duties may be imposed by U.S. Customs. To complete the declaration, scan the QR code and pay. And wow, didn't know that. Don't generally buy those things, so it's not personally super relevant to me. It's also got your QR directory here, so you can get a whole lot of this and other information on your phone or tablet or whatever device. Just connect to the shipboard Wi-Fi. It doesn't give you a full internet, but it does give you access to a few free sites. And of course, get that Carnival Hub app so you can do things like chat. We've got a video that shows you all about that. Reminder, $500 fine if you smoke in the cabin, and and repeated violations could get you like thrown off the ship, I've heard. So one of the things that we like to talk about is power. I did show you the outlet in the bathroom. So here we do have a single 3-prong outlet. Other than what I showed you in the bathroom, that might be the only one. Wait, hold on. It looks like, oh, there's 2 USBs here. Okay, not bad. That's a bit of an upgrade. So 2 USBs, a 3-prong here, and another 3-prong there. There's also this kind of plug if you wanted to try and take advantage. What we prefer to do is we have our Trond Power Cube. So what that does is you can plug it into here. It gives you 3 3-prong outlets and 2 USBs all right there. We swear by it. We take it on every cruise. Check the link in the description. You can pick yours up very reasonably priced. And it is cruise compliant, so it will not be confiscated. It's totally allowed. there's the phone, got some shortcut numbers there, your little triangle-shaped pencils, triangle-shaped so it doesn't roll, and your little notepad. Got a couple of towels there, which are things that you can use on the ship, take on excursions, but if you take it when you leave, they will charge you. So you can take it in port, but when you leave the ship for the last time, if you take it with you, they'll charge you. There's a trash can there. So we got some drawers. We've got a blow dryer. People are often asking about this, so there you have it. That is the blow dryer here on the Carnival Dream. Okay. Port directory and security guide. That's interesting. Customs offices and things like that. And we have the laundry bags. This is particularly great if you're platinum or above because you get free laundry. Make sure you fill out the form correctly or they might accidentally charge you. We've got a video that'll show you how to do it without getting charged if you're a platinum or above. Empty drawer. Empty drawer. All right. So we've got the two beds here. And we have this somewhat famous mat. Some people have been seen with these at like airports. Don't do that. Don't steal this. It's a luggage mat. The idea is you put your luggage on here, and so it protects the bed from getting all schmutzy, to use a technical term. So there you go. But I suppose it also makes a skirt. I don't know. People do funny things with these, and I probably will too. So make sure that you're following us on Instagram for funny pictures. So I'll just get that out of the way. Once you're done unpacking, you can put this under the bed along with your empty luggage so that you can maximize your space in the cabin because as you can see, it's not super spacious. And so as I pointed out, we've got a couple lamps here. They are not the same. It says like 2 levels. I don't see much of a difference between 1 and 2. But yeah, like I said, 2 USB ports there and got a couple tiny little kind of cupboards there for the nightstands. So that's kind of cool. Of course, I chose this bed, and it's the other one that has the power. Whoops. So Mike's getting hooked up there. There is also a light switch over here, so you can turn off the main cabin running lights from your bed, so you're not having to stumble around in the dark after turning the lights off. So that's kind of handy. Also to turn them on. Particularly important in an interior cabin where there's going to be no light coming from the outside. So having a bedside light switch can be particularly useful. So there you have it. That's our cabin tour. Let us know in the comments what you think of it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to show you a lot of videos about the Carnival Dream here as well. We already have videos out on like the water slides, other things. We've got tons of tip videos on how to cruise smarter, maybe cruise more often, save some money. And this ship, the Carnival Dream, has some sort of secrets that are kind of awesome. There's tricks. For example, Deck 5 has a bunch of hot tubs. There are hidden decks. Check out our video on that. As well, on the first day when you're on the ship, not a lot of people know about the pasta bar, the restaurant, just above Lido. So if you can't find a seat on Lido, try going up the narrow staircase on Lido, and you can get some free pasta and maybe some seating that other people don't necessarily know about. So make sure you subscribe for tips like that. Thank you so much for watching. If you found it useful at all, give us a like and a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments if you want to see anything else. So I'm here on the Carnival Dream, and I've got an interior cabin on deck 1, and this lamp seems to have 2 USB ports. They do not work.